Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what the video is about. I'm gonna film 3 videos today, like that. So it'll all be in the same sitting, like that. So the first video I got today for you guys seeing the most underrated teams entering the NFL this season. It's a lot of teams that's getting overlooked and kind of like slept on a little bit. Some teams who had some success last year and had some sparks last year, and they can build on to that like that, and might have a very good season this year. It might be like kind of overlooked because they don't have the flashy names, but they get the job done. Starting off first is the Lions. The Lions should be on everybody's list of the underrated teams. Last year, the Lions finished at a 9-8 record, and we've been seeing like Coach Campbell put his his teaching and his culture getting through the Lions organization, and every year they're getting better and better. Jared Goff been playing at a pretty good level the past 3 years like that. Been actually playing pretty good. If you look at his numbers, you look at the games, the Lions offense has been very, very good like that for the past few years. It just the defense wasn't the best, and defense allowed a lot of plays to happen. Wasn't too good in the pass game, wasn't too good at getting to the quarterback, but now they add some extra pieces from the draft and stuff, and they're going to see how things shape out. I think the defense should look better, and the defense is just solid. They like middle of the pack, and with the way the offense is playing, I think the Lions should be very good moving forward, and they should have a big time chance to win the division. Packers are on the decline a little bit. They lost Aaron Rodgers, kind of rebuild state a little bit. Lost Devontae Adams the year before this one like that, so they kind of like on the they still got a good team though, a good enough team to go out there and compete. And the Vikings they released Dalvin Cook. They still got a lot of weapons over there, though. Justin Jefferson, they got Jordan Addison added now there, too. They got Hawkinson, so they're going to be still very tough. And then, of course, the Bears and those pieces they had added and stuff through the draft and through free agency. It's going to be a very cool division to see who wins. But I think the Lions got a big chance to win a division. And I picked them, actually, to win a division. I think they can go out there and I can see them winning 11 games, really, 11 games to win a division and go out there and make the playoffs and have a good playoff run because they have the talent there like that. And they play as a team, as a unit. Coach wears hard on his sleeve to go out there and give everything he got for the team. And they're a very underrated team, and they should be a team you should look out for entering this season. The next team I have on the list is the Saints. The Saints, added because remember the whole thing was the quarterback position for them. They added a quarterback in Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a nice quarterback, pretty good quarterback like that. He might not be elite quarterback, but he's a good quarterback, and you can win with a good quarterback. You know that. So Derek Carr can go out there and do his thing. Last year with the Raiders wasn't his best year like that, but I think with a new scenery, the weapons they have down there with the Saints, Alvin Kamara, and then they added Jamal Williams as the other running back. So they got a 1-2 punch with those guys. Jamal Williams had the most touchdown runs or rushes last year. He rushed for the most touchdowns last year. So having those guys, the receivers, Chris Olave looked nice last year. I think he's going to make an even bigger jump this year, especially with a consistent quarterback at the position like that, because he had a lot of different quarterbacks coming in and out last year. And then also Michael Thomas, if he can stay healthy. If Michael Thomas can stay healthy, that'd be nice. And Jarvis Landry as well. Having those guys with Chris Olave, and then, of course, the gadget guy and Taysom Hill can go out there, play tight end, running back, and be at the quarterback position sometimes, and they're doing a lot of trickery plays and just go out there and be a splash player for you as well. I think the Saints should make some noise. The defense is always, for the past 3 years, been pretty good like that. So I think the defense can stay healthy and the offense can go out there and live to their expectations. They should win a division right there because the South, Panthers, they even rebuild. They added Bryce Young, and they got Adam Thielen over there, so they might make a little noise and still. Their run game was all right last year, and their defense is good. They got Miles Sanders now as well on the Panthers, and then you look at the Bucks. They're on decline. Tom Brady gone. A lot of guys want to get traded and stuff like that. So I don't know what's gonna happen with those situations. And you're like, and what's the other team? The Falcons in there too. The Falcons on the rise a little bit. Desmond Ridder, I think he's gonna have a nice season. I think he's gonna be one of those breakout potential guys like that who will jump out next year. But I think overall the teams that is the best in that division is the Saints. The Saints should be able to win that division. I say with that division right there, last year it took only 7 games from the Bucks. I think you can win that division with probably 9 games, really, like that. But I think they probably put up more than 9 games as well. But I think the Saints going to win the division if everything goes well and everybody stay healthy and stuff. The next team I have on the list is the Steelers. The Steelers, my Pittsburgh Steelers, our Pittsburgh Steelers, SteelerNation, very underrated. Last year the Steelers was in the rebuild state. We lost, actually past 2 seasons, I'm going to say that. I know the one year we went 11-0 and then we kind of collapsed a little bit like that, but we kind of was in a new transitional era because, it's really the last shot we had with Big Ben. And the year after, Big Ben was just, just kind of like a little, just like a last ride, really, because like that was our last shot. Because we seen the decline, we seen the drop off, and we finished that season with with 9 wins, right? Three finished 9-7 that year, and then the following year we won 9 games again like that in the real rebuild year with all the young talent there. I think our oldest player on offense was Mr. Trubisky, who was like 27, like that. He was the oldest player on offense. Defense had a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but a lot of guys coming in and out, and we just kind of like rebuilding. Now we add a lot of new pieces, and everybody stay healthy, and the defense stay healthy. They'd be probably top 3 in the league. And then you look at the offense getting that one season under wraps, and them like learning and getting maturing more and more. And Kenny Pickett, if he can make that second year jump, I think, and the new O-line as well is another plus. I think the Steelers are a very underrated, sneaky team, a sleeper team as well, like that. Even though it's the Steelers, the 6-time Super Bowl champions, one of the most historic franchises in the NFL history. But like recent history, recent memory, the Steelers haven't really been, like the talk of the town as much, because like they used to be like, oh, the Steelers going to be the Super Bowl contenders every year. Lately, past 4 or 5 years, we've kind of been a little under the radar a little bit. I think the Steelers this year are going to get back to that stardom, and I got them making the playoffs this year, and I got them actually getting to the AFC Championship game as well. I feel like they have that potential to make that second year jump. It kind of reminds me of that Eagle team a little bit. The Eagles team, we've seen the potential of that first. No, when Jalen Hurts was here, we seen his potential, but then the following year, remember Jalen Hurts, 1 year looking to the playoffs, and they lost to the Bucks, but we kind of seen potential there. Then once they added those extra pieces in the offseason, those big pieces, they added A.J. Brown. They added some more pieces on defense, and what happened? Got the Super Bowl. And the only reason they lost in the Super Bowl because they didn't get the ball last. Because Jalen Hurts played amazing in the Super Bowl. 350 passing yards. He had passing touchdown. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 conversion. They playing amazing football. So I feel like the Steelers kind of have that type of team. You look at the defense and you look at some of the players they add. You're like, they have potential to actually make that second year jump like that, and make some noise and get to the championship game like that and contend for something. I think they're gonna make that jump this year. The next team I have on the list is the Seahawks. The Seahawks last year, people kind of thought they were gonna just be a write-off team like that. It's kind of funny I used the phrase write-off because got to write off Geno Smith, and Geno Smith had an amazing year. 30-plus touchdown passes, 4,000-plus passing yards. Went out there, was a Pro Bowler, and was the comeback player of the year, and got a big-time contract. So sometimes certain guys, like I mentioned before in previous videos, certain guys just need certain sceneries to go out there and shine. Sometimes, and everybody can be like a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning and go to different teams and win Super Bowls. Not everybody can do that. Sometimes you got to go out there and get a new scenery, a scenery that fits you perfectly like that, to play in that system like that. And Geno Smith fits well with the Seahawks, and he's a great leader. And the Seahawks added some extra pieces, too. They got to the playoffs last year, lost to the 49ers, in that first round. Kind of got smoked a little bit in the second half and stuff. But they added Devin Witherspoon now and added some other pieces. So I think the Seahawks might make some big-time noise this year. I think their team added – they was in rebuild stage last year, but they still was competing at a high level because Pete Carroll is a great coach. Like they kind of had the same similar like the Steelers was. The Seahawks finished 9-8. Steelers finished 9-8. Steelers in the AFC a little tougher, so you didn't make the playoffs with 9-8, but not too often like that. But I think with the Seahawks getting that underneath their belt like that playoff appearance and stuff, and knowing that they were still competing at a high level, and now you add the pieces you added, they should make some noise. So that defense can get shored up and start playing better. The addition of Devin Witherspoon, who I believe is going to be a top cornerback in the league, his man-to-man defense, his press defense is amazing. He can match most of those receivers step for step. Arm length is crazy as well, too. He can go up there and play the ball in the air. Devin Witherspoon from Illinois is going to be nice. So I think they should make some noise for sure. And the last team I got on the list is the Giants. The Giants, Brian Daboll was an amazing coach. He did when he was there as the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills and helped Josh Allen out. And now here with the New York Giants, he went out there and led them to the playoffs as well. They beat the Vikings in the first game. The second game, they got outmatched, outclassed by the Eagles, but they added some pieces. I feel like they still need another receiver out there. I know DeAndre Hopkins. When he at first he was on the market and like people were saying, oh, where Hopkins gonna go? But there you go, my camera died. But I was trying to catch it before it died, but luckily, see this stuff still. But like I was saying a few minutes ago, I was talking about the Ginger Hopkins. Yeah, Ginger Hopkins was a player who, like, I feel like the Giants could actually sign. He's a free agent right now. I know the Cardinals released him, but Hopkins going to the Giants will actually help them out a lot. We're seeing what a lot of those young quarterbacks did when they got a #1 receiver, a big time receiver. I think he can go there and help them out a lot because they couldn't really. That's really the problem that happened. They kind of got like clammed, and you know when you can't run the balls like you want to. And your passing game, you had the receivers on the outside to like win on one-on-one coverages, and especially not win on double team coverages and change things up. But I think adding Hopkins will open up a lot, not just for the passing game, but for the running game, because people gonna be like, hey, we can't load the box anymore because they got that man DJ Hopkins over there. Load that box. We're gonna get burned for real like that. He can beat double team coverage. He can go out there and dominate. He still played at a very high level. So I think adding DJ Hopkins to the team with Daniel Jones would be nice. And Saquon Barkley, you gotta figure a way how to get a deal done for Saquon Barkley as well. He's been the heart and soul and like the spirit of that team. I feel like I know they think the franchise tag is $10 million for running backs to kind of running back market kind of lower because the injuries and the running backs are not sustainable for a long period of time. But a guy like that, you can add a couple extra meals on there like that for a guy like that who's been carrying your team basically because last year and all the years that you had success, he's been the driving factor to the team because when he was injured, you guys didn't make the playoffs and like that. And we got here, you see him he's like healthy, and you see him go out there and just make plays and just be explosive and like that. When he get the ball in his hand, he go crazy, being the driving force of your the most impactful player on your team and on your offense. So I feel like the Giants are a sneaky team. I thought they would make the playoffs even without DJ Hopkins, but I thought they added Hopkins to the team. They will definitely be a force to be reckoned with like that. But these are my most underrated teams in the NFL: the Lions, the Saints, the Steelers, the Seahawks, the Giants. Teams that kind of had most of these teams had success last year, besides the Saints. But the Saints, they have some stuff to build on. You seem like when you watch their games, you're like, the defense still look good, and Chris Olave look nice and stuff like that. So you watching the games and stuff, you like they just get a few pieces, they get a quarterback, or that team right there just get this right here. And I think like the Steelers, the Lions, the Saints, and the Seahawks and the Giants have answered a lot of those. I think the Giants have answered the receiver position a little more, but they answered most of those question marks in the offseason. I think all those teams are going to be underrated and fly on the radar and make some real good noise this season. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.